Hi, I'm Tori Campbell, and you're about to listen to this really long video about art from me. Congratulations. Okay. So what I do is when I went to go get my degree in animation, I was like, I'm going to be a 3D character animator. And I did some animations, but then I found that wasn't my path necessarily. So I'm like, okay, what do I do now? So then I had to take a class in rigging, which essentially is putting the skeleton inside of whatever your character is, whether that's a human or an animal or a prop or some sort of mystical creature. You have to put bones inside of it in order to move. So that's what rigging is, and that's what I became passionate about and fell in love with. But it is also very meticulous and very time consuming. And so I didn't know if that was like the path I wanted to do, but that is what I really went with for a while. But then when I got to Ohio State, I became a graduate research assistant, specifically in our motion capture facility. And I had taken some motion capture classes at SCAD, and so I knew it as part of my background. But coming here, I get to work on a multitude of projects, whether that's research involved here at Ohio State or outside companies wanting to come in and use our facilities and get data, or residencies or what have you. We just get to do a multitude of projects, working with a ton of things. So motion capture is really what I'm focused on right now, and that is the industry path that I want to pursue. I got my undergraduate degree at Savannah College of Art and Design, otherwise known as SCAD, where I majored in animation, and then I minored in character technical direction, otherwise known as rigging, and then also visual effects. And then from there, I graduated in June 2017. And then from there, I came here to Ohio State University, where I am earning my master's in design. And the specific is the digital animation and interactive media, where I have a focus in motion capture. My career plan for now is to finish my master's degree at Ohio State University first, and then from there I want to go into the industry. I'm not really ready to teach yet, but in this profession you kind of have to work your way up first. So if that means that I have to start at an independent company first in animation and then work my way up, I'm okay with that. But obviously the dream right now is Disney or Pixar or DreamWorks, so anywhere. But for right now, I want to finish my degree, but in this summer, in 2018, I will be interning in El Segundo, California at a motion capture company called House of Moods. Even though I did go to college, and I'm continuing my education in college, something that I did that no matter what college you go to that helped prepare me is during my freshman year at SCAD, I did a Disney college internship through the Disney College program. And even though it wasn't related specifically to art for me, you can apply to it no matter what. If you go to an Ivy League school, if you go to Ivy Tech, if you go to a state school, if you go to an art school, if you go to a private school, no matter what, you can apply and try and get this internship where you go down to Walt Disney World or Disneyland and you get to work in the parks. And even though it wasn't really related to art, I still met a lot of people and got to network and have that experience. And plus it gets Disney on your resume, which means that you're going to have really good communication skills and people meeting skills. And so it's just really going to help build you as a person and have better communication. And then from there, it can help you in your artistic styles of getting that feedback from people and meeting new friends and having opportunities. So it's a really great experience to have. So in high school, I had classes that dealt with figure drawing, regular drawing, learning color theory and all that. And that translated into college through the foundation courses that you have to take. And it doesn't matter what your major is going to be. You could be a film major, you could be an actor, you could be painting, you could be creative writing, you could be animation, you could be anything. It doesn't matter. You all have to take these foundation courses where you do learn about color theory and figure drawing and design and perspective and all these things. And so it translates into what you're going to produce in your projects, and it doesn't matter what major you're going to be. So through that, it's going to help you figure out what type of art direction you want to do and what paths you want to take, whether it's traditional or fine art or computer animation, like any type, it's going to lead you in that direction and help you figure out your path. And so for me, it helped with the digital programs that I needed to learn in foundation courses such as like Photoshop or Illustrator or Maya, or even like some coding skills. So when I was in high school, I took some classes that dealt with that, which helped me go to SCAD and know a little bit more before I got there. So in high school, I had Mr. Kane and Mrs. Fupp and Mr. Lee teach me a variety of classes while I was there. And the thing that they really pushed for me is that you should really try and have a concept behind your piece of work. Something that would happen is like, okay, if you have like a bird or a fish in one of your drawings, okay, why do you have a bird, or like why did you choose to do that, or why did you choose to use the color green versus blue in this thing? Like you have to have a reasoning behind it in order to give it value in some sense, and that's a really good thing to start learning now. But at the same time, you're still in high school, so just like take it easy and chill about it. Like it doesn't have to be like this fine-tuned theoretical thing right now, but also you should figure out, okay, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to be an artist? Why is this something you want to continue your life with? So it might be something to just like have subconsciously in like your background of your mind. Also something I was taught in high school, especially when you're in art classes, everyone hopefully should be taking them because they want to be in the class. But you're in the class with all of these peers and they all have these different opinions. And so when you get to a place such as SCAD for me or Ohio State, all these people are artists and they're coming from a multitude of backgrounds and they want to be in different professional industries that deal with art and design. So if you're looking at a painting, well, the way an animator looks at the painting is going to be different than a way a creative writing major or a dance major or a theater major or fashion. It doesn't matter. You're all going to have different perspectives on it. And so the ways that you have to be open and understanding and be mindful of those opinions. And there's a difference between criticism and critique. So that's something that I learned in high school through the foundation classes and the teachers that talked to me, is that you can't take everything so personally. And then you have to phrase it in the way that your message gets out, but so much that you're not hurting other people in the process. For me, one of the first things that I was really unprepared for, even though it wasn't like a project or event, was going specifically to an art school. For me, you're no longer the best. Like, everyone's the best from wherever they came from. So it's trying to find that fine line between, are these people your competition, or are you making friends and networking from them and learning from them? And it's hard because we're so skilled. You get praised saying, oh, like you can draw so well, like this is what you should do. And then you get there and everybody can draw so well, or everybody has these creative ideas. So it's really hard to like go into that when you haven't prepared your mind for it. So as an artist, you really have to think, okay, don't take it as they're out to get my job or they're out to have a better project. It's like, if they have a better project, learn from it. If they're there to network with you, then like use them as resources. So that was really hard for me to understand. So secondly, in terms of being unprepared for things, there was a class that I took at SCAD, and it was this hybrid class where half of us were animation students and then half of us were visual effects students. And we were put together to try and make this car commercial for a company called The Mill. And in it, the animation side was like, we need modeling and texturing and movement. And from the visual effects side, they needed simulation. So like dirt and dust and wind and smoke. And I was in this class because I was the animator who knew how to do rigging. And so I'm in here and I'm listening to this pitch and I get levels of anxiety because I didn't know where my role fit into all of this. And I was just freaking out. And so I went to my professor and I was like, I don't think I should be in this class. I don't know what I'm doing. I am not prepared for this. And my professor was like, Tori, it's totally fine. Like, none of us know exactly what they want, what the outcome is going to be, but this is more of an experience for you to gain insight and knowledge. You don't have to have a perfect product in the end. This is so that the students can learn more so than this finished car commercial at the end. Like, we have promised them nothing, and so this is an opportunity for you guys more than it is for them. And so that really reassured me that even if we don't have a product, it's okay to fail, because it was an experience that we're learning from and we're gaining all this knowledge. And so that really reassured me that we can try things out and make mistakes, but in the end, as long as like you're taking the knowledge that you learned from and putting it into other projects that you want to create or do, or even in life, then it's going to be okay, because in some way you're going to succeed in the end. Thirdly, the thing that I think we're all really unprepared for is this concept of life and becoming an adult. That was primarily me. So I discussed that I did the Disney College program, and I did that my freshman year. But in doing so, I took online classes to stay up, but the online classes that I took were lecture classes and not studio classes. So that really got me behind in my studio time. And so when I was declaring my minors at SCAD, I didn't find out that I wanted to do rigging and motion capture until I was halfway done with my junior year. And by then, you should be finishing your minors, and you should be taking them and implementing them into your senior year and what projects you're going to do then. And so for me, I just felt completely behind, and I barely finished my minors right as I graduated, the two that I had. And so for me, I didn't feel ready to go into the industry yet, or to go into the real world and start working on projects and producing things. And so that's why I applied to go to grad school, because I wanted to continue to learn, because I wasn't prepared in my own sense of mind that I was ready to go and work on things yet. So I wanted to further my education, and that's why I applied to grad school, and that's why I'm here. In high school, something for me that was really important that I wish that I had then is just letting me know that it's okay to not have it all figured out. Right now, you probably feel so much pressure of where are you going to go to college? Where are you going to move to? How are you going to support yourself? How are you going to get enough sleep? How do you have a social life? How do you finish all of your homework on time? And you have to figure out how to do time management and all of this. And you just need to know that it's okay to not have it figured out right. I don't have it figured out right now. The professor who you have right now probably doesn't have it figured out right now. No offense. All of these people were just trying to figure out how to go through day to day, and everyone else looks like they have it, but we don't. So I think something that I wish teachers would have told me more then is, 1, it is okay to fail. 2, you can have a career in art. It is possible. And 3, use your peers as networking. Talk to them, figure out what they're doing, because you can only build off of them, and they can only build off of you. So I think those are the 3 things that I really wish I knew then and that were pushed on me that I didn't really have. In regards to having it all figured out, it's okay to drop your juggling balls on that, in the sense if you're really trying to figure out how to spend more time with your friends, sometimes it is okay. I'm not encouraging not doing homework, but at the same time, if that relieves you of stress and anxiety, then go play that game of basketball, go watch that movie, go get ice cream, have dinner with your family, do that stuff, and make sure that you have a life, but at the same time challenge yourself and strive to do things, but you're not gonna be able to fit it all into the time that you have. So just figure out what is most important to you, these assignments or these grades or this career, and if it is, then go for it, make your achievements that way, and strive to reach those goals. But if you want to do other things too, you're allowed to do that. In regards to having a career in art, if anyone laughs at you or thinks that's funny or it's not going to be possible, literally, I challenge you to ask them, what's the last movie they saw? What's the last song that they listened to? What's the last poster that they looked up? And everything is designed. The computer screen or the monitor or the prompter that you're looking at right now that this video is on, that was designed, that was thought of in art. Everything has art incorporated into it. And so no matter what, jobs are out there, opportunities are out there, and being creative and having that flow come out of you is so important. So art is possible. You can do it. That's so cheesy, but you can do it. I think in regards to group collaborations and getting feedback from your peers, one of the most beneficial things that Carmel High School did for me was the art show at the end of the year, where we all put it up in like the main lobby, and you get to look at other people's things, and people from the public and other students come and they look at your work, and even though you get judged and stuff, like it's putting yourself out there and like getting feedback and critique, because when you're in the studio, like in class, you get feedback from your teacher and you try and get it from your peers as well, but like you don't really take that to heart. But when you're put on display for everybody and not just the people you've been in class with all semester, then that's a little bit different. So I think for me, more like group collaborations are really important, because you can't go with the first idea that you have. You can't just judge everything based on how you feel, because you're going to love it. So you want to get that feedback from people in order to grow. It's not like pressure. It's not criticism always. It's ways to experience your project and your ideas and new creative outcomes that you possibly didn't think of before. At the time, I felt like I had a lot of options to choose from. There was digital art and photography and painting and drawing and fibers classes. There's just a lot of options for me. So I really felt that, what do I choose from? There's so many that I have a lot of interest in. But looking back on it now, from a biased opinion, I wish that there was like a little bit more in regards to digital art. And maybe there are now, because it's been 5 years. But at the same time, yeah, I just wish that, because we are moving into a world with more technology, whether that's motion capture or virtual reality or what have you, computers are really getting into the scene more. But that doesn't mean that you should overlook classes like drawing or painting or what have you.